Waka, what's up, and welcome back to the channel for yet another FC Finch review. And today we are moving right down the line with yet our fourth installment to the Ocular Max Assaultus set. Of course, this being their take on the Combaticons from Transformers G1. And today on the table I have PS-17 Probus, the ground assault. And of course, if you haven't noticed already, this is going to be Ocular Max's take on Brawl of the Combaticons. And so real quick, I got this guy about a year ago. This is actually one of the first ones that came in, or right shortly after I said, yeah, I'm gonna go all in on this set. This is a repro label that I got from Endongju. So no, he does not come with the Decepticons symbol. I believe that is the G1 accurate spot, but feel free to correct me in the comments. At least that's where I thought it goes. All these combiner bots, they have them in weird positions. So either way, so of course there is no formal unboxing for this, as this was oh god, this was probably a good 8 months before I decided to actually create this channel. So woohoo, milestones and all that stuff. So let's go through the box real quick. We're just gonna do the box, not the instructions or anything. So if we look, of course, the typical Ocular Max box, very I love the, again, very G1-y font. We got Probus on there looking all mean and burly brawly. We got PS-17 Probus, ground assault, all built in. OX for Ocular Max. We got a side shot of Probus on the side. And of course, Perfection Series. Yep, Perfection Series. And then of course we have the image I love on the back. And here he is, the completed Assaultus, aka Bruticus, transforming into Brawl, aka Probus. And of course, again, Brawl was, I believe, the last release in the first run of the set, but of course we went a little out of order here. I'm pretty sure I got Brawl, Probus, and Volatus at the same time. Then of course we have his tech spec. You can read this, you could pause this and read it if you so desire. And then of course we have on the back, we have our complete Combaticon team. We have Incursus, Probus, Volatus, Impetus, and Fraudo, aka Onslaught, Brawl, Blastoff, Vortex, and Swindle. I know it's testing my memory. I'm not as young as I used to be. And yeah, so there we go for the box. All right, and let's talk about Probus. And again, another, right off the bat, straight away, another home run for Ocular Max in this set. This set just is awesome how it turns out. Now, one thing I want to comment is you know, I've always kind of felt Brawl was a big burly bot, but he's really there's really not much to this. I don't think I'm not sure if there's any die cast in this piece, but it's not very weighty at all. Now, one thing, don't confuse that, the plastic quality feels very good. It feels very good, very durable. I absolutely love the again, so don't kind of confuse it, because I know a lot of people would complain about some of the Magic Square stuff, just saying, oh, the plastic doesn't feel brittle and it doesn't feel like it has weight. This guy, he doesn't weigh all that much, but he looks great, and the plastic feels nice and sturdy. Again, repro Decepticon label, so it does not come with the character. And if we look at his face sculpt, I love how it comes with the browns, the oranges, all that painted in there. Looks really good. You kind of see a sparkle in there. Looks superb. Awesome. You got the tank tread detail on there. I love, again, all this nice molded rivet detail. I mean, they get it as detailed as they can. Still want to keep it G1. And again, you can decide to see the wheel, the little wheel cogs inside. They're all nice and riveted, done in a nice silver. Around, same thing for on the legs, and done in a nice silver. Look at this detailing right here for the cog at the end. Again, you got some vent detailing back here. Some nice detailed silver components for on the legs. Looks really good. Again, just super clean robot. Again, even some venting in here. Nobody's ever gonna see that. And of course, again, it's the typical brawly backpack, so you know, nothing, he's super clean. Again, I love how they kind of did the because you know, the tank, it has that, when you have the turret, it has this little like canopy detailing right here. They even made it like rippled and everything. Look at that is nice attention to detail. Got little tank pods right up here, looking really good. Again, very cool stuff. Yeah, no, just absolutely knocked it out of the park. I mean, no extra kibble. Screws are hidden, just a la fans toys. You know, just a really superb figure. Absolutely love it. talk about his articulation, and he does have a little bit of that. So the head can look up just a little bit. It can look down a good amount, and it can go side to side. It gets a bit hindered and caught up on these little shoulder pads here, but nothing too terrible. The arms, they're on, now the arms are done really oddly. It's not a bad odd. They're done on this little track right here, and they can rotate up like this. He does kind of pull his chest plate up, so he can kind of do that. He can kind of go out like this if you rotate it up on here. He can spin them all the way around, and of course you can kind of get this going on. It moves out on this hinge right here. He does have bicep swivel, and as far as most of the joints are friction on this, I think only one is not, but again, it feels really good. Nothing is loose, nothing feels out of place. Just, it's all really good feeling. Wrist swivel, he does come with that, same as our other typical single assaulticons or combaticons. The thumb is on a ball joint at the base, and the fingers are all individually articulated on a base knuckle pin. They are curved to make it look like he's holding the gun and whatnot. The elbow, of course, it can get you over 90, but of course due to the tank treads, it will just get you right about at 90. Moving his arms out, he does have waist swivel, and he does have ab crunch for days, just like most of the other ones. Now real quick, one thing, to kind of use all of the waist swivel, you do got to engage the ab crunch a bit, since obviously everything hits on the back of the tank here. That's just due to his G1 design. As far as the legs go, he does have pads. We got to engage the ab crunch once again, fore and aft. Ratchets at the thighs to get him a nice fusion kick. And let's bring him back just like this so we can show you the fusion kick. And also, if you if you give him the ab crunch, you can get it all the way back, and he holds that up like a champ. Out to the side on a friction, he can get you that. And then of course he does have thigh swivel at a little bit of breaking of the sculpt. He does have a little bit of knee bend. Gotta make sure this is pushed all the way down. He does have 90 degrees of knee bend. Bring that down, and then of course he has ankle tilt. He has toe tilt for days due to transformation, and he has heel tilt just like that. And yeah, that is all for his articulation. If you want, you can kind of, the tank gun will kind of move around, but I usually just leave it straight up since that is accurate to his transformation. But hey, things you are able to do. And moving on to his accessories, he does come with a few on this guy, and one isn't even for him. So first things first, of course, he does come with his gun. It is a very plain Jane G1E gun. Just have a little bit of molded detail, especially around the base of the barrel right here and on the sides. And I'll show you what this is for real quick. This is really, really neat how they thought of this. But yeah, it's typical tab in the back of the palm method. So what we'll do is we'll open his palm up, and you just shove this in there. You can close his hand, and he holds this just like the rest of his compatriots, nice and firmly. So there is that. But what you can do is he does come with weapon storage in robot mode, and you could actually fold this up. This is actually for vehicle mode. It comes out, this peg comes down, and you could just kind of peg this right back in here. And yeah, look at that. So it's right over one of the pilot portholes. You got these are the little handles for the gun. It acts as the machine gun for the tank top. So that is pretty cool right there. And of course, he does also come with these. They're separated, but they're two antennae for the tank mode. And what we can do right there is these. You see these portholes right on the back. You can just plug these right back in there, and he's got a little extra detailing for there. That is a really nice thought, really nice attention to detail for that. And of course, he does come with his final accessory, his sonic blaster. We'll go through a bit more of this in the tank mode, since this is mostly for the tank mode, but it does have a use in robot mode if you so desire. And what that does involve is you open this up like this, you rotate it around, you can see the slot for it is right back here. You got two tabs right here. They're going to tab in right up here, and you just bring it up and tab in up. Chest plate, the chest plate likes to come undone with this regularly, and it comes up just like that. You open up this at the top, you'll notice you have a tab right back here. You have a tab slot right back here, and then of course you can plug this into his back. It will hold quite firmly, so now he does have his sonic blaster on his back, and you can have him displayed like that. That actually does look kind of cool, albeit a bit ridiculous. Not how I'm gonna personally display him, but hey, you know, it's just something else you can do with this guy. And again, it doesn't look too bad, so pretty cool there. Again, no, I don't care about the parts forming, especially if it doesn't sacrifice the engineering of the robot. So there we go. And the final accessory, again, isn't even for him. It is an alternate head for Fraudo, aka Swindle. Of course, you see, bringing his current smiley head. You can see it's got a little bit more of a coy, very swindly smile. I don't know. I think they both look pretty good. So again, I may alternate between the two. Now, real quick, I am going to do this off camera. This ball joint connection is stupid tight. Again, so I'm just going to take my time with it off camera, and I'll change the head, and we'll be right back. And there you go. There's the new head on Swindle. Yeah, I actually do. I really kind of like that. I don't know. I think that might be my new favorite. But the subtle smile that Swindle had is pretty cool too. But Swindle's kind of taking the spotlight. So, yeah, but there you go. That is the new head on Swindle, aka Fraudo. And for a couple quick comparisons, first off, let's bring his breaker looser, his savior Starscream, which he doesn't really have much respect for, and wants to keep us from not turning you into scrap metal. But yeah, you can see he kind of towers over Starscream too. So there you go. That's MP52. So again, they look super good together. And of course, you want to know what else is going to look good together? We are almost there. Let us bring in the rest of our Combaticon team. Let's bring in the big boss in Cursus, aka Onslaught. Let's bring in Swindle, and let's bring in, oh man, Vortex. Gotta get these guys. And yeah, you could just see, oh man, and again, it's just, I keep getting shocked by how these guys look every single time we do these comparisons. Again, just super cool all together. I absolutely love it. I am so excited for this set. So again, there you go for a quick comparison. All right, so let's get him transformed up into his tank mode, his leopard tank mode, and this is a relatively fun and intuitive transformation, similar to the others, actually a little bit on the easier side, similar to in Cursus, excuse me. So let us start off with the legs, and what we're going to do is, first off, what we want to do is we want to bring this back, and we just kind of want to fold this, and what you're going to do is you're just going to kind of rock this up just like this, and now what you're going to do is you're going to kind of fold this in just like that. Then you can take the toe, bring this down just like this, and you could just set it just like that. And next up, what you want to do, we can bring this back so we can open this up, is similar to Swindle. You're going to bring the leg down, just kind of bring the leg all the way. Hold on. All the way down, just like that. You're going to kind of tuck the leg in. Might want to move the tank back here. So now you have this going on, and now what you can do is you can hit this button right here. You can see this is a button, and you can kind of push it up, and you can kind of see that it just pushes the legs all the way up. This leg going to be just like this one. So now we got this going on, and what we're going to do is we're just going to connect the legs. He's got a series of tab connections. There we go, just like that. You can see it's all tabbed along on the bottom as well. And what we can do is you can actually bring these out just like this, just like that. There we go, cover that up. And then we could bring these out right here and fold these across, and that'll pretty much finish it up for the legs. Next up, what we want to do is we want to come to the chest. You can lift this chest plate up, kind of move the arms out of the way. Same thing over here. And you just want to bring these little barrel pieces down. Additionally, we also want to turn the waist all the way 180. So now we are looking just like that. And real quick before we move on, I did miss a step here. So what we got to do is bring down this little piece of fuzz right there. Bring down this, and you want to fold up. Yes, the hip skirts have a transformation. This will help lock in the upper half, and at the same time, it will help make his base flatter. So now that his tank treads will be able to move in tank mode. So there we go for that. Next up, what we want to do next is you can open this piece right here. Watch out, bring the head, and what we can do is we can now bring the head down and around. Just kind of, actually what we want to do first is bring this back, bring this all the way up, and let me move the camera so we can see what we're doing. Bring this all the way up, just kind of work it over his head, and now we can kind of fold his head all the way around like that, and you can see this tab slot connection is going to go right into here when we take care of that. And now we can kind of bring up this little Decepticon symbol piece just like that. Now we can transform the arms right quick. So what you want to do for the arms is you want to fold this up just like this, and you can bring this down just like that. Bring this up and around, and then this will fold out on this hinge right here. And it's going to be kind of interesting the way this all works out. And this time you can bring up this arm. So what's going to knock the camera? So what's going to happen is this tab is going to go right into here. So you make sure this is straight and bring this down just like this. And now what you can do is you can fold this all the way up and around. And again, I got to really bring it out on this hinge right here. It's a bit of a pain in the butt. There we go. So now we got that tabbed in, and now what we can do is we can bring this up like this. There we go. And this is going to line up here, and then you're going to tab this in right into here, just like that. You can close up the hand. So there we have that going on, and then you can fold this piece in. There we go. So we had to fold in the hand, so it's like this. And we'll do the same thing on the other side real quick. So same thing for the other side. Bring this up, and then what you want to do is you can fold this open, fold this down, just kind of let its arm all kind of extract out. There we go, just like that. And bring this up, bring this around, just like that. Fold this in and turn the hand real quick and lock this in. And hey, that went so much faster than the other one. So there we go. And now he's kind of looking just like that. And also what we can do is we can kind of lock this in right here just like that. And for the final few steps, so this is interesting how it's going to work. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to bring this track all the way up, so it's going to be up like this. What's going to happen here is you'll notice this angle right here. When you look at the figure, you can see that the legs have this kind of angular slot. Now this is really interesting how this works. So what you're going to do is you're going to line it up as best you can, and you're going to have a tab connection right here. You're going to have one right in here that's going to tab into. Then of course it's going to, let's see, you're going to, doesn't look like it's going to have any tabs on the back. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring this down. You have a little place for your guns right here, and, or your front, your chest guns, whatever, and it's just gonna snap in just like that. Same thing for the other side. You can kind of set this in there just like that. Oh. There we go. And just get that all nice and squeezed together just like this. Make sure the Decepticon symbol is up. And next up, what you're gonna do is bring down the tank head, the tank barrel just like that. Pull out the barrel. And also what we can do is, like I said before, we can, let's get my spudger out of the way, we can take his gun, we can fold it up into a little peg right here, and we can put that right into the slot right here just like that. And additionally, lastly, I know we have a smidge of parts for him. You could take his cannons, his sonic cannon or whatever, his noise cannon, and you could fold this out. Yes, I know he parts arms, and I don't care. And you got a little tab on the back right here, and what you can do is you just plug this all in. It's not the most firm connection in the world. Of course, he's giving me guff. He's giving me guff. There we go. And we'll fold these cannons forward. And like magic, there we have PS-17 Ocular Max Probus, aka Brawl, in his tank mode. And there is Probus in his tank mode, and wow, it really cohesive. Lost his, it's just tabbed on in the back here. Really cohesive design overall. I mean, it's crazy how well put together this looks. Again, just really, and you can see on the bottom, absolutely no kibble on the bottom. Really, there's nothing to indicate he transforms. You see the wheels that he rolls on. He can roll actually pretty good on my table, so that looks really well done. Again, you got like the little they're rubber, you got the little railings on the side here with the flares, looking really good. See more of that detail. I love how the arms and the legs kind of mold together to make the full set of treads. Looks really good. A lot of molded detail on the side, looks superb. You got some tools on the back here and whatnot. Again, you got the tail lights all kind of painted out in orange and red. Got some nice vent detail on the cannons. Of course, Decepticon symbol not excluded. The headlights are rubber, or the mirrors are rubber, I should say, though why you need mirrors on a tank like this, I'm not sure. As far as things this can do, first off, the sonic blaster. The both turrets can go up and down. Just gotta make sure, I usually like to hold this on here. It does come off rather easily. His gun can rotate side to side. It can go up a little bit, go down, and of course you can open up both of his pods, so you can have that going. And then of course the turret does go up, it does go down just a little bit, and the turret itself does rotate. It'll go all the way around if you wanted to. But yeah, so no, really impressive vehicle mode for this character, and a lot of play value, surprisingly. I think again, I think all of these Combaticons really display very well in vehicle mode as well as robot mode. And finally, it is about to get crowded in here because we're going to do a quick comparison, of course, next to Onslaught, next to Swindle, and let's get a little mountain here, because we all know that because of me, my Vortex does not have a tire, but that does actually get a good looking flying pose. And wow, these things just look absolutely brutal. They look insane. They are indeed the Combaticons, and what a good looking set this is turning out to be. I absolutely love it, how this team looks together. So really good looking, superb. All right, and that's it for his tank mode. So let's get Mr. Probus transformed into his final mode, his leg of Assaultus, aka Bruticus mode. And to do that, that's going to start off with a smidge of parts. We're just going to push this off. We're going to fold these up, and we're going to point the cannons it downward just like that, and that can go off to the side for now. Second, what we can do is we can push the tank barrel in, and I always turn this gun around. Also, you can push on this button right here, bring up the tank barrel, and then just kind of bring this up, get this out of our way. And now what we can do next is we can open up both these little flaps here, and what that's going to engage for us is it'll allow us to pull this piece down. You can see that they can just fold right back in just like that. And now what we can do is we can close these little back hatches up, and we can bring the toe down and around, and we can bring down the foot just like that. There we go. It's kind of giving me guff earlier, and you just want to line it up with that tab there. Make sure it's lined up on the other side just like that. There we go. And the last thing we need to do is right here, you need to get under these tabs. Actually, we're going to break this apart real quick so you can kind of get under here and just kind of pull these over just like that. Now we can close this back up, and this can just fit right in there just like that and cover up all the mechanical bits. And there we have his toe all ready to go. So now what we can do up at the top is we can start kind of breaking down some of our work from earlier. Just break this, don't break it literally, break this out, bring this up, bring this up right here. And what we can do with this is you can take this piece and you can fold it in like this, and then you can just bring it down like this. That will cover up the face just like that. And then what you can do is you can open up this chest piece, and you can untab these pieces right here, and you're just going to kind of bring them down just like this. Leave this plate open. Same thing with the other side. It takes kind of a little, just the slightest bit of force. And now what's going to happen is you are going to take this tab right here and plug it in to this right here. And additionally, what's going to happen is you're going to bring this down. You got a tab right here. It's going to plug into this tab right here, and that's on both sides. So just kind of set these down as best you can and kind of bring this forward. And I always find it easiest to just do one at a time, just kind of get it popped in. And hey, that went in pretty securely. Actually, probably the most secure. Hey, that went in pretty good too. And then you fold these down just like this. And lastly but not leastly, what you're gonna do is you are going to, let's bring this up, turn this around, and bring it around just like this, and then you want to back him in so his cannon is just like that. And now he's sitting just like this, and we are almost done except one more piece. You notice we got our cannons from earlier. That's right, all built in, so those fit right on here. And you can see you got two tab slots right here, you got two tabs right here, and you just plug that in. It does, you just gotta wait till it kind of snaps and fits in nice and firmly. And there we go, and there we have Probus Brawl in his leg mode. And yeah, so not much to write home about. I mean, it's basically a tank reconfigured for a leg. There's the combiner peg right up here. You can still kind of move the turn around just a little bit. It's just kind of tucked in there. Again, I love it how everything stores. Again, you can take the gun off if you don't like it. Same thing with the back cannon, but I kind of think it looks cool. I don't think it's intrusive at all. Again, I really think it adds to the leg collection. He does have toe tilt, he does have heel tilt if you want to give him that, and he does have ankle tilt side to side. You can kind of see the inner workings there. That is kind of cool. And yeah, no, again, fun and simple transformation to get him into this way. Again, definitely looks like a G1 Bruticus leg, and I can certainly, I'm going to lower the camera just a bit, I can certainly get on board with that. Going to do a quick comparison next to the only one that matters, and that's going to be Toy World's Mixmaster. I forget what they call him. I keep wanting to call him Split like the Devil's Savior, but that's for the Bay movie Devastator. But yeah, you can see about a good, just over an inch taller from peg slot to peg slot on Mixmaster there. But you can kind of see how this is going to work on. We already kind of knew it would be this way. So yeah, and there we go. And that is all for leg mode. So let's summarize, and there we have it for the Ocular Max PS-17 Probus, their take on a masterpiece Combaticon Brawl. And yeah, this is number 4 in this set, and nothing more to say here that hasn't already been said. Ocular Max does a stellar job of just making really good figures. They may not lack the premium panache, they may not lack die cast, but again, this is just a really good figure, similar to the others. All the joints nice and tight. I mean, everything is as it should be. The joints, they're tight, the good kind of tight. Lots of articulation. He's got an ab crunch, he's got the waist swivel, he's got all this cool stuff, and he's just this big hulky mass, just absolutely beautiful. And of course, he looks super G1 accurate, which if you're going for the toon aesthetic, which I am personally, then yeah, absolutely, such a cool bot to have in your collection. Transformation, especially if you have transforming your figures, fun, intuitive, it's nice, it's simple for the most part. I absolutely enjoy it, just like the others. Again, absolutely across the board, these guys have just been phenomenal. I cannot wait to get to our last one, Velatus, and we will be getting to him very soon in the coming weeks here, so get ready for that. And if you want to see that, consider subscribing to the channel. We're going to be finishing up with Velatus and then combine these guys into Assaultus, aka Bruticus, our first combiner journey. Woohoo! And that being said, if you would like to get your own PS-17 Probus, you can check out Big Bad Toy Store. That's where I got mine. Not sure if he's still in stock, but I guess I'll know when I post the link in the description. Also, check out the playlist for the rest of the Assaultus spots if you haven't already. I'll put a link in the description to that as well. And that being said, that will conclude this review. So I have been FC Finch. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.